Hi everybody, we're back again. It's the Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV. Wadsworth, we have a lot of fun here, don't we? We're going to talk about my picks and something new again. That's right, the Cleveland Cavaliers are back in action. So let's get straight into the action. Big names for 2023-24 season. Of course, you got guys like Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Ricky Rubio, Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, who is down, Evan Mobley, I think he's also hurt, as well as Karis LeVert, who's really good at what he does. But, you know what? We need some new names. We need new names like Tristan Thompson. He's not really a new name, but he's back with the Cavs all right. And so is that guy that made a three, Mr. Max Strus. Max Strus, fresh off an NBA Finals run with the Miami Heat. He is now in the, He's now with the, Cleveland Cavaliers, which is always a great sight to see, in my opinion, because he is so good. We'll get Strus dish one out to Isaac Okoro, who gets a foul in the bucket. And, of course, game recaps. The Cavs have started off the season 1-2. With a 1-point win to start the season, 114-113. Max Strus 7 threes and 27 points in his first game ever here in Cleveland. And Donovan Mitchell doing Donovan Mitchell things with 27 points and a 52.4 shooting percentage. Meanwhile, Cam Thomas had 36 points off the bench for Brooklyn. And Donovan Mitchell hit the game-winning shot very late in the contest towards the end of it. And the Nets, despite having 12 more rebounds than the Cavs, ultimately lost. Cavs hosting the Thunder in the first game at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse this season resulted in a tough Cleveland Cavaliers loss, unfortunately, 108-105. Donovan Mitchell, 43 points and 8 rebounds. Karis LeVert, 17 points off the bench. And we'll get Dort, 25 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 34 points and 11 rebounds. Cavs were up by 10 in the fourth quarter, but the Thunder were leading for most of it. And Cleveland had one more rebound than the Thunder. And then finally, Cavs against the Pacers was a tough 12-point loss at the Rock. Evan Mobley, 33 points, 14 rebounds. Karis LeVert, 31 points, 8 assists. Max Strus had 11 rebounds, but of course 21 points. Tyrese Halliburton, 21 points, 13 assists. Miles Turner, 20 points, 12 rebounds. Cavs had a 15-point lead in the first quarter and had 2 more blocks than the Pacers. But I guess some things just weren't meant to be. Tonight, the Cavaliers are one of 3 games tonight. And on TNT tonight, oh my goodness, I can actually watch the Cavs for once when they take on the New York Knicks at 7:30 p.m. That should be really exciting. I believe the Cavs are home that day, just by the looks of it, that they are, on the right. And then tomorrow it will be on the road against the Knicks. So back-to-back games at 7:30 p.m. That should be a lot of fun for those Cavs. Hopefully they come out on top. Now time for my picks, Tommy's Picks recap, because of course, it's always a lot of fun to look at my picks. Division 1, Region 1. We'll start off with that in high school football. Yeah, can you read that? Yeah, I don't know if you can or can't. I'll just machine gun my way through it nonetheless. St. Ed's beat Elyria 42-7. Glen Oaks 16, Lorraine Titans 7. Canton McKinley took care of Strongsville without any issues, 37-13. And my philosophy of anything you can do once, you can do twice, proved to be right. Because St. Ignatius upsets Mentor for the second time this season at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium, effectively ending their season. 10-7 win as Mentor missed a clutch field goal late in the game, which sealed the win for St. Ignatius. Wadsworth beat Brunswick 45-14. Medina in a high-scoring shootout with the John Marshall Warriors, my goodness, 70-40. While Berea Mid Park beat up on Jackson 41-26, and Cleveland Heights The reigning GCC champions now have won over Euclid 39-0. Time for Division 2, Region 5. Hoban trounces Elliott 39-7. And then Barberton beats Shaker Heights in a high-scoring shootout right there, 48-49. Riverside took down Maple Heights 36-14. How about the Twinsburg Tigers against their National Conference rival, the Nordonia Knights? I tell you, they played them well in the first game, and then in this game they win. And Hudson was down 13 to Benedictine. They were in deep trouble, but they were able to claw their way out and escape with their lives with a win. Harding. Yes, sir. Harding shut out St. Vincent St. Mary 35-0. Austintown Fitch blanked John Hay 42-0. And Walsh beat Firestone 37-14. In Division 2, Region 6, Avon with its second straight shutout of the season, 28-0 though. They did not have a running clock against St. John's Jesuit. That did surprise me. I thought they were going to cruise their way to a win. And ultimately they did, but still, I expect it to be a bit bigger of a blowout. Brecksville 30, Westlake 3. Southview beat Rhodes 49-0. Olmsted Falls took down Clay 40-12. Good guys run away with that game against Midview in a warm, rainy day, unseasonably warm, rainy day out at North Gateway Tire Field in Granger, Ohio. 49-7, a pick six by Garrett Phillips, and a lot of fun by Casey Miser and Payne Jenkins, just to name a few. North Ridgeville beat Valley Forge 35-14. Anthony Wayne 41, Toledo Start 6. Avon Lake 40, Fremont Ross 14. And then Division 2, Region 7, where we see a lot of Central Ohio schools like Columbus schools. Massillon, Washington destroyed Central Crossing 41-6. Westerville South beat Briggs 49-30. And how about Big Walnut upsetting Northland 43-14, and Lake, of course, beat Perry 35-14. Green beat St. Charles 44-14. Hoover over St. Francis de Sales 23-21. Canal Winchester won 26-0. And Watkins Memorial beat Independence 18-8. Division 3, Region 9. Ursuline beat New Philadelphia 42-7. Canfield beat Akron East 20-7. I was a little surprised it was that close. Kenston beat Dover 34-7. VASJ took down University School 48-14. And Aurora, the Green Men, the American Conference champions. I wish it was us, but it is what it is. They won 41-7 against the Lions. Gilmore Academy beat Madison 33-13. And Geneva beat Hawken 56-19. And how about Chardon with a blanking of CVCA 42-0. And then Division 3, Region 10, TCC doing TCC things. 42-7 over Bowling Green. And Defiance took down Bay 14-7. Mansfield defeated Lexington by a score of 30-13. Rocky River ends Clyde's season with a 14-7 win. Tiffin Columbian beats the Ashland Arrows. Tornadoes win 49-21. Ontario beat the Lutheran West Longhorns 31-22. Buckeye edges out a win against Sandusky 31-29. And Norton beat Revere 40-7. Now time for Division 4, Region 13. Canton South beat Northwest 35-7. How about Buckdale? They proved me wrong with a 26-16 win. West Branch beat Woodridge 33-20. Streetsboro over Beaver 41-20. And Pullen Seminary 42-14. And Struthers won 21-16. And McKinley 65, Edgewood 28. And the Lake Catholic Cougars won, as they've been doing a lot this season, by a final score of 38-14. Division 4, Region 14. We're almost done, folks, with high school at the very least. Perkins against Vermilion. Perkins won 44-6. St. Mary's Memorial beat Wesleyan 42-14. West Holmes beat Bryan in a really high-scoring contest, 70-50. And Galleon beat Firelands 36-6. Shelby over Cleveland Central Catholic 40-0. Van Wert beat River Valley 48-30. Napoleon over Bellevue 41-24. And Glenville destroyed Bath 44-0. Those Tarbletters very good at football, as you know by now. Division III football. Wartburg, my lock of the week, beat Central 24-14. Wisconsin Lacrosse beat Eau Claire 59-14. Wisconsin Whitewater beat Wisconsin Platteville 45-23. Johns Hopkins had a crazy blocked field goal victory to silence and stun the Muhlenberg faithful 34-28. And Wheaton just beat up on poor Milliken 75-0. And Mary Hardin Baylor loses to Hardin and Simmons 24-14. How about Wabash? They won over Wittenberg 52-20. Ohio Wesleyan, they took down the Oberlin Yeomen by a score of 50-7. Allegheny and Teal was a 27-3 win for Allegheny. Lycoming beat Juniata 56-10. And the good guys, and what was a high-scoring spit-swapping first half, 38-28 at the half. The good guys ultimately won by a score 59-35 rather. Mount St. Joe's blanked Franklin 55-0. Defiance beat Manchester 51-27. Bluffton beat Anderson 45-7. Worcester over Hiram 47-14. Marietta beat Ohio Northern 21-17. And the Presidents of Washington Jefferson beat the Case Western Reserve Spartans 38-33. Now it's time for the NFL. The Bills beat the Buccaneers on Thursday night 24-18 after the Buccaneers' Hail Mary ended up hitting the ground. And the Panthers pick up their first win of the season. Bryce Young picks up his first win of his entire NFL career with a 15-13 win over the Panthers. And in a scoregami game, the Cowboys beat the lights out of the Rams 43-20. And the Vikings beat the Panthers, but Kirk Cousins out for the season, unfortunately, torn ACL, I think. 24-10 over the Packers. He's done for the season. That's all I know. That's a stinker. Saints beat the Colts 38-27. Another Free Willy win 31-17. Jets beat the Giants 13-10. Jaguars over the Steelers. And Matt Canada's offense. Best offense in all the NFL. And as a Browns fan, I'm happy he's still in Pittsburgh. 20-10. Titans beat the Falcons 28-23. Eagles edge out a win against the Commies by a score of 38-31. And the Seahawks beat the Browns because for some odd reason on 3rd down and 3, virtually near midfield, with an opportunity to put the game away, they elect to pass. Why on earth do you pass on 3rd and 3 with a backup quarterback when you have a good run? I mean, admittingly, you're without your star running back, but you still have Kareem Hunt. You still have Jerome Ford. And if that doesn't work, you got Pierre Strong. What was Kevin Stefanski thinking? What was P.J. Walker thinking, too? There were 2 men wide alone. 2 men wide alone when he threw the ball. Instead, it bounces off the guy's noggin and helmet and into Seattle's hands for an interception. They drive down the field, score a touchdown, and, of course, the Browns lose. The Ravens beat the Cardinals 31-24. Oh, my God, the Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Broncos out of all teams. That's just the Broncos. What now? 3rd win of the season. They're 3-5. Russell Wilson actually cooked something good. Chef Ross actually won 24-9. Bengals beat the 49ers on 3-game losing skid now, 31-17. And a Sunday night game nobody asked for. The Chargers beat the Bears 30-13. And the Lions are 6-2. Holy cow. They beat the, who do you call them, Raiders 26-14. They are 6-2. Let me pull up the NFL standings for a second. I think that's good enough to win the division. Yeah, to lead the division. And in fact, it is good enough to lead the division. They should easily win it. They should have a 3 seed at worst, considering how poor the NFC South is. Dear God, who would have thunk it? The Detroit Lions being good. I'm telling you, it's got to be a Browns-Lions Super Bowl. Last week recap in high school football, 54-10 with 56 points. D3 football, I am now 103-49. And the NFL, I'm currently 70-54 with 78 points. Now time to go to Tommy's picks. I think it's a little bit bigger, but can you still read it? I don't know if you can read it. D1R1. St. Ed's against Glen Oak, picking the St. Ed's Eagles. Canton McKinley against St. Ignatius, picking McKinley as St. Ignatius Magic season will end. Wadsworth against Medina, picking Wadsworth, even though Medina will give them a good fight. Cleveland Heights against Berea Mid-Park, picking Cleveland Heights. D2R5 has my upset and lock of the week. First, we'll get to the lock of the week. Hoban against Barberton, and then Riverside against Twinsburg. And then Harding, my upset against Hudson. Hudson played poorly last week, especially in the first 3 quarters. And Harding just dominated St. Vincent St. Mary on the road. I think Harding can do it again. Walsh against Austintown. Fitch picking Walsh. And then Division II, Region 6 got all the Northeast Ohio schools winning. That's right. Avon, Olmsted Falls, the good guys, and Avon Lake. If North Ridgeville wins, which I pray to the good Lord doesn't happen, but if it happens, which, once again, I hope it doesn't happen, and I don't think it's going to happen, and all my other 3 games are right, we got an SWC conference tournament. Anyways, Division II, Region 7, Massillon, Washington will beat Westerville South. Wake over Big Walnut. Green's going to beat Hoover, and Canal Winchester over Watkins Memorial. In Division 3, Region 9, Ursuline against Canfield, picking Ursuline. Kenston Bombers over the VASJ. And then the Green Men will beat the Gilmore Academy Lancers. And here's something. Geneva's going to lose to the Chardon Hilltoppers. Chardon's sneaky good. They may have lost to Tiffin. They may have lost to Avon Lake. But they did beat the Riverside Beavers 2 weeks ago. And they have a lot of momentum. Division 3, Region 10, Central Catholic against Defiance, picking Central Catholic from Toledo. Of course, they're one of the best schools in the state. Mansfield Senior against Rocky River, picking Rocky River. Tiffin Columbian will beat Ontario. And Norton will beat Buckeye, what should be a good game at Norton's house. Of course, the Panthers are undefeated. And then in Division 4 now, you have Canton South against Bookdale, picking Canton South, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bookdale pulls off an upset. Of course, looking at everything right now. Streetsboro going to beat West Branch. Pulling Seminary, they will lose to Struthers, and Lake Catholic will beat McKinley. D4R14, all the high seeds winning, which includes Perkins over St. Mary's Memorial, West Holmes over Galleon, Shelby against Van Wert, and Glenville against Napoleon. It's also worth knowing that Drew Pastor's fantastic 50. The good guys have moved up. That's right, we have moved up to number 37 in the state. We're the second best team in the, region. We were expected to win by 31 against Midview. We have an 87% chance to beat North Ridgeville, win by 20 against them. Hopefully that happens and then some. At least that's the intention. D3 football. John Carroll, please, I repeat, please upset the Mount Union Purple Raiders. You're home. It could happen. You never know. I got them as an upset. River Falls against La Crosse, picking River Falls. Wheaton, my lock of the week against Washington University. Hiram Terriers will beat Wabash. And then RPI is going to beat Hobart. And then Wittenberg, the Tigers over Ohio Wesleyan. Kenyon against Denison, picking Kenyon. Trying Thunder will beat Hope. Heidelberg, as much as I hate to pick against the Yellow Jackets, I think Heidelberg's got it next week. I hope I'm wrong. Please prove me wrong, seniors, because it is senior night for us this Saturday at the Finney Stadium Chesterfield. Highly suggest that you show up to it. Ohio Northern against Otterbein, picking Ohio Northern. Mount St. Joe's, the Lions will beat Bluffton. Defiance against Rose-Hulman, picking Defiance. Anderson will beat Hanover. Case over Allegheny. Wisconsin Eau Claire will beat Stout. Carroll over Milliken. And Lyon will beat Luther. In the NFL, I'll tell you what's going to be a really good defensive slugfest on Thursday night football. Steelers, Titans, as much as I hate to say it, I got to go with the Steelers on that. Chiefs against Free Willy. The Chiefs lost to the Broncos last week. Yeah, how do you lose to them? Anyways, Free Willy wins. Vikings against the Falcons, picking the Vikings. Ravens will beat the Seahawks. Browns should easily dismantle Josh Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals, hopefully, but you never know with the Browns. Packers against the Rams, picking the Packers. Texans will beat the Buccaneers, bouncing back from a rough week against Carolina. I think the Commies are going to beat the Patriots, and the Saints. Yeah, I thought that was odd to put them as my lock of the week, but they're playing the Sea Bears. That should be a gimme. Colts will beat the Panthers. Raiders over the Giants. An upset right here. The Eagles struggled to the Commies last week. I think the Cowboys win. And then the Bengals against the Bills on Sunday night, picking the Bengals. And how about those Jets? They find ways to win, don't they? They won last week 13-10 in improbable fashion when they marched down the field and won the game 13-10 in overtime. I think they beat the Chargers on Monday night. Woo! We did it. Talked a lot of sports. We talked a lot of high school football, D3 football, NFL, and of course, who could possibly forget the Cleveland Cavaliers. And we'll talk about the same stuff next week on the Tommy Maroon Sports Show. And we'd like to remind you the Clapper Awards are coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. It's going to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this great old TV station. And until then, I'm Tommy Maroon. Thank you for watching. I will hopefully talk to you next week. So long, everybody.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.